Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten Son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yahushua. It's Yahweh Shah. So I got to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops and elders of great millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether concepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the arc pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to our walk through our listening learning, you sisters who are listening learning. I'm Isaiah from Jim Solano Camp coming at you another lesson of truth, facts, faith, and edification, another day of edification, Lord, witness be edifying. So I titled this lesson, They Are Rejecting the Lord for the Last Time, dealing with 2/3 of Jake. They are rejecting the Lord for the last time. And you got Vocab Malone and his little his compadres, Vocab Malone and friends. Whatever happened to the other ones, we don't know. But you got these guys, Vocab Malone, and you got Jake that's coming against the truth. Well, according to the scriptures, these are these same ones that keep coming back over and over. Okay, as it tell you in Hosea 7:16, they return but not to the Most High. These are the same ones in the ancient time that said, crucify him and let his blood be on us and our children. Because 2/3 of Jake is fighting for all these different religions that you see on the screen right here, right? And all these religions stem from when Constantine, which was a so-called Negro, established Christianity in 325 AD, okay? The Council of Nicaea. So all the religion that you see on the screen come from the so-called white man. So we're going to deal with all these religions that come from the so-called white man. So first off, this is man-made religions. You see it say man-made religions. Salakia. Man-made religions, right? So you got John Smith, who created the Baptist religion in 1608. You got Charles Parham, created the Pentecostal religion in 1901. You got Joseph Smith, created the Mormons religion in 1830. Charles T. Russell created the Jehovah's Witness religion in 1872. William Miller created the Seventh-day Adventist religion in 1863, right? Now, all these stem from this Jake Constantine going back to 325 AD, the Council of Nicaea, okay? Now, let me pull this up. I'm going to show you. First, we're going to read Revelations 20 because the pagan Roman Empire went down, okay? They went down by Jakes. So let me pull this up. Then I'm gonna read that. Let's get this first. Then I'm gonna read Revelations 20. So first I'm gonna show this because I'm gonna read Revelations 20 and 1. As a matter of fact, let's read that first. Let's read Revelations first, then we'll come back. Let's do that first. Because all these religions came from the so-called white man when they came out of the caves in the 1300s. Okay, so let's read this first. Then I'm gonna show you that these different articles on Google lines up with the scriptures, but the scriptures is first. So this Revelations 20 and 1, it reads, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, and laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Now, the angels intervene in everything that goes on with the Heavenly Father Yahweh through his only begotten Son Yahweh Shah, right? When you read, matter of fact, let me get this just to make this point. When you go to Isaiah 12, you go to Isaiah 12 and 3, it reads this. Shalakia, Isaiah 13 and 2. Shalakia. So in Isaiah 13 and 2, it reads this. Lift you up a banner upon the high mountain, which is North America, Babylon the Great. The banner is the standard for the whole elect to return back to the Lord. Exalt the voice unto them, shake their hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Here is the point of verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. Right? The Lord said, I also called my mighty ones. When you go to Joel, it's making his points, and there's plenty of scriptures. You can get Ecclesiastes 39, right? Spirit that created for vengeance. But the point I'm making here, this is Joel 3, right? When it talks about the nations beating their plowshares and the swords and their pruning hooks and the spears, right? Well, right here it say, verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. It reads, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh, right? So you got the angels that intervene in everything that goes on, right? Everything that goes on, the angels, let's get one more, in Psalms 103. So Psalm 103 and 20 reads, bless the Lord, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearken unto the voice of his word. Bless ye the Lord, all ye his hosts, ye ministers of his that do his pleasures, right? So we go back to Revelation. It reads again, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a chain and a great chain in his hand, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled. After that, he must be loosed a little season. We're gonna come back to this. Now, let me show you something. Let me show you this angel that put a chain on Satan, which is Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Let me get this first article right here. Now, this is it's called it's titled Salakia. Go back up to the title. It's titled The Troubled Reign of Emperor Julian, the Last Pagan Emperor, right? Of the pagan Roman Empire. Now, this is what it say. It say Emperor Julian, the apostate, was Rome's last pagan leader. He came to power after many years of Christian rule and did his utmost to topple the Christian faith, right? So it say right here. Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. Bear with me for a second here. So right here, just reading this point. It said the Roman emperor's short reign was put down to divine intervention by the Christians. Now, let me click on this. So let's say right here, the Roman Empire's short reign was put down to divine intervention by the Christians. So when you're reading Revelations 20 and 1, let me get there was a dynasty. It's called Antonine Dynasty, right? So right here, you had. Let me go back up. So you had right here Nerva. It's called the Antonine Dynasty. So you had Nerva. It say Nerva was the first of the dynasty, though his reign was short. So you had Nerva, Trajan, and Hadrian, right? After they fell, these are Jakes right here. Antoninus, Marcus Aurelius, Lucius, and Commodus. Commodus was Marcus Aurelius' son. So now you had a guy named Septimius Severus, right? So in Revelations 20 and 1, now it said that the Roman Empire, the pagan Roman Empire, went down by so-called Christians, which is the name go back to the angelic sons of Isaac. Okay, because Septimius Severus, you had Septimius Severus that came in first, right? Then you had Antoninus, Marcus Aurelius, Lucius, and Commodus. These are all Jakes right here. These are so-called Negroes, Jakes, okay? They came in and took down the pagan Roman Empire. Now, after they took down the pagan Roman Empire, right, you had that 1,000-year reign. That's what Revelation 20 talking about. So now let's go back to this. So that's why they call right here 5 good emperors, right? The Antonine dynasty. These 4 here are all Jakes. Okay? Let's go back to Revelation. Read this. Now we jump down to verse 7. So again, it say Revelations 20 and 1. This is when Jake took over, starting with Septimius Severus. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having a key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, and lay hold on the dragon, the old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bind him 1,000 years. And this is what Job talking about in Job 30, when it said they chased after them as after a thief to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and the caves of the earth. This is when the so-called white man went down. Okay, right here, starting with what they call, the Edomites call it. You got the Moors, the time of the Moors, the Dark Ages, the Byzantine Empire, what they call the Middle Ages. This is when Jake took over and Esau went down. Okay, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having a key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, and he laid hold on the dragon, the Roman Empire, the old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him. And I'm showing you now when they was taken down. Okay, you had the Antonine dynasty, Septimius Severus. Okay, it say, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after this, and after that, he must be loosed a little season, right? To do what? Verse 7. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, out of the Caucasus mountain, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the 4 quarters of the earth. Deceive the nation with what? Now going back, let's pull this again. when you go back to, let's go back. So when the pagan Roman Empire went down for 1,000 years, Jake took over. Then you had Constantine came in there, okay? After Jake took over with Septimius Severus, and you had the Antonine dynasty, right? So then you had this here happen. You had Constantine that took over, right? 325 AD. When you look at the numbers, matter of fact, hold on. Let's go back. Let me show you. Let me show you. So let's go back and pull this up. Constantine at the Council of Nicaea, 325 AD, right? So right here it say the Antonines are 4 Roman emperors who ruled between 138 and 192. Antoninus, Marcus Aurelius, Lucius, Commodus. These are all Jake. You see the beard on them? These are all Jakes. Okay? Now, during that time, this is all Jakes that took over all the way to the point of Constantine. Okay, when he created, let's go back to it. Let's pull it back up. This Council of Nicaea. And this is when they bind all religion together. That's what the Greek word for religion, what is it? Religio, which means bind together, constraint, right? So it say, hold on, like it. No, I want this. So right here, you got in 325 AD, right? Christianity, okay, the Trinity, Easter, Sunday worship, Christian cross, Christian fish. All this come from Constantine, right? So after this, we fast forward to now, because when we went back down, when it says Satan shall be loosed out of his prison to go out to the sea of the nations, which are in the 4 quarters of the earth. So in the mid 1300s, when the so-called white man came out the caves, this guy here, Constantine, had already bind together these different religions. Okay. Matter of fact, let's get this. Let me see if I can pull this real quick. Bear with me. Let's get this. What is that? Let me see what it say. Is that Timothy? When they say what is that? First Timothy? Let me see. I'm trying to think of the verse. What's that verse with I know it's in Timothy with religion in it. No, it ain't 4. Hold on. Trying to think, man. If your brother know what I'm talking about, man, let me pull up on the phone. Hold on, bear with me, cause I want to get this. As a matter of fact, let me just do this right here, real quick. Let's get it right here. Matter of fact, let me go to the blue letter. Let me go to the Entomology Online. Let me go here real quick. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let me get it here. So, right. So here we go. The word religion, right? So it say 1200 religion, state of life bound by monastic vows, also action of conduct. They say bound from angel. Say, let's see. Sacred, respectful, sacred. The Greek word religio, devotion, bound. Okay, it says it's a bound, bind together, action of conduct. So it's like to bound together. Okay, and that's why you got. So going back to this, Salakia. So that's why when you go back to this, pull it back up. That's why you got this right here. Okay, that's why you got Baptist, Pentecostal, Mormons, Jehovah Witness, Seventh Day Adventists. You got Protestant, Catholic, all that, right? All that. It's all religion bind together. Okay, all this was created. All these religions were created when these devils came out the caves in the 1300s, right? So I was watching this movie, um, Emancipation with Will Smith, right? I was watching this one when I got to plantation. And hold on, let me get this. So like let me pull this up. And in the movie, they told Will that he was his God, right? That's what the guy told Will, that he was his God in the movie, the Edomite. So like I want to pull this up real quick. Bear with me here. I told Will that he was his God, right? So this is what you get from the plantation. And this, what you see on the screen, right here at the top, it say, Jesus love you, now say it, right? So in the plantation, Christianity was beaten to us, right? When the conquistadors and Spaniards came to America, they brought religion with them, right? They came in the name of Christianity, in the name of Jesus Christos, right? And they beat you and made you go to church on Sunday. Oh, in the movie Emancipation, it's a good movie. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's a good movie. In the movie, they had the Jake, just like they did in Nat Turner, Birth of a Nation with Nat Turner. They had the Jake reading. He said, "Servants, be obedient to your master." Right? That was he was quoting in the movie. Now, one of those verses in Ephesians 6:5. Right? Matter of fact, let's pull it. Matter of fact, let me read it. Let me read it from the phone. It's another one in first. It's another one in Peter's. I don't know if it's First Peter's or Second Peter's. Right? But it's another one in Peter's. So this is the one in Ephesians, but they was quoting it in the movie. Let's read it here. This is Ephesians chapter 6:5. And it reads, servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, and singleness of your heart as unto Hamashiach. Right? So in the movie, they were saying, servants, be obedient to your masters. The instant when he said it, I thought about the scripture in Ephesians 6:5. It's another one in Peters, right? So on the plantation, they beat you and made you go to church. Because when we got the slave ships over here, we spoke Hebrew and we ain't go to no churches, man. Okay, and we ain't know nothing about no Jesus Christ, man. But on the plantation, they beat you. Okay? They made us learn English because we all spoke Hebrew when we got the slave ships, man. And it took at least 2 generations before they got rid of the Hebrew. Okay, before they completely wiped it away from us, man. Because it took at least 2 generations. Because the kids that was born on the plantation, okay, even though they was beating us, but those first slave that got over here spoke Hebrew, man. And it took at least a generation or 2 before it was completely wiped away. Before it was completely wiped away about the Lord, the name of the Lord in Hebrew, all that, man. Okay? The Lord slowly took it away from us through these devils. But we was beaten and made to go to church. We was beaten and made to call on Jesus Christ. Okay? It say, Jesus love you. Now say it. And look, it say 300 years later, now you got Jake fighting tooth and nail to say the so-called white man. Okay? Why? Because Jake has always rebelled against the Lord, man. Now, Will Smith said something real powerful in the movie, right? When they threw him in after the day of work, and they threw him in the little cage with all the other Jakes, right? And he was talking to the one Jake about the Lord, right? And the one Jake said, just like the guy told on Nat Turner in the movie Birth of a Nation, when they took Gabriel Union in the house, could the slave master had company over, and he took Gabriel Union in the house for entertainment, and the guy said, "Where's your God at now, Nate?" In this movie, Emancipation, when Will Smith was talking to the guy, the one guy was like, "Where your God at?" And if he real, why he won't? Why you ain't have? Why Salakia? Why you haven't been let free? So he said, "Listen, I don't know." He said, "I don't know why, but he said the Lord revealed Himself to some people, and some people He don't." That's what Will said. He said the Lord revealed Himself to some people, and some people He don't. And that just that had my mind jumping when he said that, right? And the Edomite said, "I'm your God." Okay, here's what the guy said. And Will Smith said, "The Lord shows Himself to some, and not to others." So I thought about this verse in number 16, right? Because here is Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Listen to this. So, and I was just thinking about all these people that's coming against the truth, right? Everybody, I'm talking about Jakes that's joining with Vocab Malone to come against the truth. Why? Because the Lord hasn't revealed Himself to them. Why? Because these are the same people that come back over and over rejecting the Lord. This is number 16 and 1. Now, Korah, the son of Izhar, and the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. There's 250 men that came against Moses and Aaron, man. What's going on today? Jake rising up in major numbers, big numbers, to come against the truth. It say, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. So here is Korah, Dathan, and Abiram saying, man, we all holy. Okay, we all children of the Lord. He ain't just dealing with you, with Moses and Aaron. He dealing with all of us, right? He say, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore, then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face, and he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his and who is holy. And I love to bring out 1 Corinthians 11:19, man. There must be heresies among us, that we may know who is approved by the Lord to teach sound doctrine, man. Okay? So they say, and he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him, even him who he have chosen will he cause to come near unto him. That's Psalm 65:4. Blessed be the man who the Lord causes. Let me read it. Let me read it. And see these people coming against the Lord, man, not understanding that the men of the Lord was already set up. Psalm 65:4. Blessed is the man whom thou choosest, and causeth to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple. Right? So back in number 16 and verse 12. No, verse 11. It reads, no, verse 9. It says, seeming it but a small thing unto you that the God of Israel have separated you from the congregation of Israel to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. And he brought them near to him, and all the brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also, for which cause both thy and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron? That ye shall murmur against him. This is Moses speaking. And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, we will not come up. It is a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that flow with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us. So here them talking about Egypt was the land flowing with milk and honey, which it wasn't. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that flowed with milk and honey. You see, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? Will we not come up? And Moses was very wroth and said unto Yahweh, respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, be thou and all thy company before the Lord, thou and they and Aaron tomorrow, and take every man his censer, and put incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer. And they took every man his censer, and put fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gather all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacles of the congregation. And this was going on right now, man. Everybody that's coming against the apostles of Great Millstone, man, the elders and elder bishops, man. It say, and Korah gather all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory of Yahweh appeared unto all the congregation. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell upon their faces and said, O power, the power of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and will die be wrought with all the congregation? And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get ye up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. So they got up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on the side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that Yahweh have sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. If these men die the coming death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then Yahweh have not sent me. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth, and swallow them up with all their appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all his goods, and all their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, Lest the earth swallow us up also. And there came out a fire from Yahweh and consumed the 250 men that offer incense. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Eleazar the son of Aaron, the priest, that he take up censers out of the burning and scatter thou the fire yonder, for they are hollowed. So listen, 250 men came against Moses and Aaron, man. Okay? Amongst Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. The Lord done away with them. Now, this is Matthew 27 and 1. When the morning was come, all the chief priests and elders of the people took counsel against Yahushua to put him to death. And when they had bound him, they led him away and delivered him to Pontius Pilate the governor. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood. And they said, What is it? What is that to us? See thou to it. See thou to that. And he cast down the silver, and he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple, and departed and went and hanged himself. And the chief priests took the silver pieces and said, It is not lawful for to put them into the treasury, because it is the price of blood. And they took counsel and bought with them the potter's field to bury strangers in. Wherefore that field was called the field of blood unto this day. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, And they took the 30 pieces of silver, the pieces, the price of him that was valued, whom they of the children of Israel did value, and gave them for the potter's field as the Lord appointed me. And Yahushua stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, saying, Art thou the king of the Jews? And Yahushua said unto him, Thou sayest. And when he was accused of the chief priests and elders, he answered nothing. Then said Pilate unto him, Hearest thou not how many things they witness against thee? And he answered him to never a word, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly. Now at the feast, the governor was wont to release unto the people a prisoner whom they would. And they had then a noble prisoner called Barabbas. Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Whom will ye that I release unto you? Barabbas or Yahushua, which is called Mashiach. For he knew that the envy they had delivered him. When he was set down on the judgment seat, his wife sent unto him, saying, Have thou nothing to do with that just man? For I have suffered many things this day in a dream because of him. But the chief priests and elders persuaded the multitude that they should ask Barabbas and destroy Yahushua. The governor asked and said unto them, Whether of the twain will ye that I release unto you? They said, Barabbas. Pilate said unto them, What shall I do then with Yahushua, which is called Hamashiach? They all said unto him, Let him be crucified. And the governor said, Why? What evil have he done? But they cried out the more, saying, Let him be crucified. When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See ye to it. Then answered all the people and said, Let his blood be on us and on our children. Then released he Barabbas unto them, and when he had scourged Yahushua, he delivered him to be crucified. Okay? So, these same ones, let's keep reading. It say, Then the soldier of the governor took Yahushua in the common hall and gathered unto him the whole band of soldiers, and they stripped him and put on him a scarlet robe. And when they had plaited a crown of thorns, they put it upon his head, and a reed in his right hand. They bowed the knee before him and mocked him, saying, Hail, King of the Jews! And they spit upon him and took the reed and smite him on the head. And after that, they had mocked him. They took the robe off from him and put his own raiment on him and led him away to crucify him. So here it is. These people said, crucify him and let his blood be on us and our children. So these people today, these same ones today, man, these same ones. So let's get this. These are the same ones today that refusing the Lord, man. This is Luke chapter 9 and 26. It reads, For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and of the holy angel. This is Luke 10 and 16. It reads, He that heareth you heareth me, and he that despiseth you despiseth me, and he that despiseth me despiseth him that sent me. Right? Let's get this. So you got these same guys that's returning over and over every third and fourth generation, man. This is Hosea 7:16. So they're gonna always go against the truth, man. No matter what, they're gonna always go against the truth. This is Hosea 7:16. It reads, They return, but not to the Most High. They return, but not to the Most High. They are like a deceitful bow. Their princes shall fall by the sword for the rage of their tongue. You see, for the rage of their tongue. This shall be their derision in the land of Egypt. Okay? They return, but not to the Most High. Over and over, man. The same people. Over and over. This is Zechariah chapter 7 and verse 8. It reads, And the word of the Lord came unto Zechariah, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, say, execute true judgment, and show mercy and compassion every man to his brother. Man, you teaching the truth. And oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, the stranger, nor the poor. Okay, and this is what Jake doing by charging our people, man. Okay, the Lord say, freely you receive, freely give, man. Tell you that in Proverbs, right? It tell you that buy the truth and sell it not. It reads, and oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, the stranger, nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against your brother, against his brother in your heart. But they refused to hearken, and pulled away the shoulder, and stopped their ears that they should not hear. Yeah, they made their hearts as adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which Yahweh of hosts have sent in his spirit by the former prophets. By the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Most High, from Yahweh of hosts. Therefore it has come to pass that as he cried, and they would not hear, so they cried, and I would not hear, except Yahweh of hosts. And it's going to come upon a time when you're going to hear a lot of crying out here, man. But the Lord say, he been crying for the longest, and they ain't listening. Well, this is Jeremiah 2 and 32. It reads, Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Going back to this movie, Emancipation, right? So the so-called white man been getting away with so much wickedness, man. Okay, with so much wickedness, with all the rape, robbing, murder, pillaging, and plundering in the earth. Okay, it say what? Out of 243 years since 1492, 222 of them has been in war, man. Out of 243 years, these devils been ruling the earth, been ruling North America, Babylon the Great. Okay, in other parts of the world since the mid 1300s. These devils have been in war in 220 some years, man. Right? So they've been getting away with their wickedness for so long, which they're not getting away with it. But this is how this is how Jake feel. Jake feel like There ain't no God. The Lord said right here, to read again, Jeremiah 2:32. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. So Jake feel like the so-called white man been getting away with these things for so long. If it is a God, it gotta be them, man. Okay, it gotta be them. Cause they control the earth, they face on the money, right? They own all the resources, right? Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Gotta go to the enemy for the one of all things. So when I watched this movie this morning, when this Edomite said, I'm your God, right? I'm your God. And at the end, he said, though, he said one day, this is what Esau said in the movie. He said one day they will be free and turn the favor on us, which is scripture, right? James 2 and 13, they will not be showed mercy that showed no mercy, right? Revelation 13 and 10. The Edomites said, yeah, one day they're gonna be free and they're gonna turn the favor on us. But in the beginning, he said, yeah, I'm your God, right? And when Will told the guy, he said, man, the Lord showed himself to some and not and to others he don't, man. And that's just the whole elect. And when you read in Jeremiah 24, the Lord say he asked Jeremiah what did he see? He said, I see a basket. Let me read it. It's Jeremiah 24 and 1. It reads, The Lord showed me, the Lord showed me, and behold, two baskets of figs were set before the temple of the Lord after Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, carried away captive Jeconiah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, and the princes of Judah, with the carpenters and smiths from Jerusalem, and had brought them to Babylon. One basket had very good figs, even like the figs that are first ripe. The first ripe, which is the predestinated ones, right? And the other basket had very naughty figs, which could not be eaten, they were so evil. Then said the Lord unto me, What seest thou, Jeremiah? And I said, Salakia, and I said, Figs, the good figs, very good, and the evil, very evil, they could not be eaten, they are so evil. Again, the word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Thus saith the Lord, the good is, he said, the power, thus saith the Lord, the power of Israel. Like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them that are carried away captive of Judah, whom I have sent out of this place into the land of the Chaldeans for their good. Because in Ecclesiastes 17 and 18, it said the Lord nourished us with discipline. Okay? That's the hopeful elect being showed mercy. For I will set my eyes upon them for good, and I will bring them again to this land, and I will build them and not pull them down, and I will plant them and not pluck them up. And I will give them a heart to know me, right? This is giving us that new heart that I am Yahweh, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power, for they shall return unto me with their whole heart. That's Deuteronomy 4 and let me see. It's one of Deuteronomy 4, and I think it's 29. Yeah, Deuteronomy 4 and 29. But if from thence thou shalt seek the Lord Yahweh thy power, thou shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul. And there's other precepts, but I always think about that one when I read this. So you got one in Baruch chapter 2, say the same difference. So it say Jeremiah 24, and I will give them a heart to know me, that I am the Lord Yahweh, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power, for they shall return unto me with their whole heart. And as the evil figs, which cannot be eaten, they are so evil. Surely thus saith Yahweh, so will I give Zedekiah, the king of Judah, and his princes, and the residue of Jerusalem that remain in this land, and them that dwell in the land of Egypt, and I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth, for their hurt to be a reproach and a proverb and a tongue and a curse in all places where thou shalt drive them. Now, all this happened to all 12 tribes, okay? But the hopeful elect is going to return with the whole heart to the Lord, man. That's the difference. So these Jakes, these are the same Jakes. The Lord say he was going to let them once. Oh, let's get this. In Hosea 5, right? It reads, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early. The only one's going to do this is seeking the Lord as the hopeful elect. Let me get another point here. This is Judges 10, right? This is Judges 10 and 15. And the children of Israel said unto Yahweh, we have sinned. The only one going to say this is the hopeful elect. 2/3 ain't on this. And the children of Israel said unto Yahweh, we have sinned. Do thou unto us whatsoever seemeth good unto thee. Did the Lord say in Jeremiah 24, He's going to send the remnant in the captivity for their good, right? And the children of Israel said unto Yahweh, we have sinned. Do thou unto us whatsoever seemeth good unto thee. Deliver us only, we pray thee, this day. And they put away the strange gods from among them and served Yahweh, and his soul was grieved for the misery of Israel. Well, the whole fleck them put away the strange gods, right? But 2/3 still what? Fighting tooth and nail to say the so-called white man and to keep calling on sweet baby Jesus, right? This is Psalms. This is Psalms 32 and 5. It reads, I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and my iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sins. For this shall every one that is godly pray unto thee in a time when thou mayest be found. What it said in Hosea 5 and 15? I will go and return to my place till they seek my face and acknowledge their offense. So in Judges 10 and 16, Judges 10, 15, and 16, and Psalms 32, the only one that's going to acknowledge their offense is the hopeful elect, man, because they are sorry, man. Psalm 32 and 5, I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and my iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto Yahweh, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. For this shall everyone that is godly pray unto thee in a time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters, they shall not come nigh unto him. Okay? Thou art my hiding place, thou shalt preserve me from trouble, thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shouldest go. I will guide thee with my eye. The only ones going to cry to the Lord is the hopeful elect. So these ones that's fighting tooth and nail against the truth, these are the same ones back in reincarnation, man. This is Micah 7 and 9. I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him. Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Right? In Jeremiah 32, as a matter of fact, let's get this. Hold on. Exodus 20. Exodus 20 and 5. It reads, For I, the Lord Yahweh, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto them that love me and keep my commandments. Right? So he's showing mercy to the hopeful elect. This is Deuteronomy 7 and 9. Know therefore that the Lord thy power, he is power, the faithful power, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations, and repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. Right? It say, this is Deuteronomy 24 and 16. The fathers shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man should be put to death for his own sin. Remember, it said in Matthew 27, they said what? The chief priests and the elders said what? Crucify him and let his blood be on us and our children. This is Ezekiel. And that's why, hey, It's a beautiful thing to understand these scriptures, man. It's Ezekiel 18 and 20. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. Right? Because everybody's lot is their lot. Proverbs 16 and 33. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. Right? So this is Jeremiah 32 and 18. It reads, Thou showest loving kindness unto thousands, and recompenses the iniquity of the father into the bosom of their children after them. The great, the mighty power, the Lord Yahweh of hosts, is his name. Right? It's a great in counsel and might in work, for thy eyes are open upon all the ways of the sons of men, to give everyone according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. So here you got Jake that's fighting tooth and nail, man, to come against the truth. This is Psalms. They fighting hard, man. And where the last guys at that with Vocab Malone? Where they at, man? Cause we ain't heard nothing about them. Cause they probably done fell away, man. Now he got to recruit some new slow bellies. Psalms 81 and 10. I am the Lord Yahweh thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. That's why I say eat this roll, man. He said, open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up to their own heart's lusts, and they walked in their own counsels. You see? And they walked in their own counsels, man. Oh, that my people have hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. You see? They walking in their own counsels, man. Gotta get this in Proverbs 1. You're reading the point. It's Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 29. It reads, For that they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear Yahweh, they were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. So what they seeing, the prosperity of fools is vocab alone. Now these other guys that's going off. Okay? That's the prosperity of fools, man. Following everybody else and not the truth, man. And they're gonna find out. They're gonna find out through pain, man, through sufferings. Psalms Isaiah 66 and 4 reads, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before my eyes and chose that in which I delight not. Right? So here these guys, they following the philosophy of the world, man. What is that? 2 Thessalonians 2 and 11 it reads, matter of fact, let's read 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish. Hold on. Let me pull this back up. Let me get this. Bear with me here. Bear with me 1 second. Let's get this. Because see, these jakes, man, they are following the philosophies of the so-called white man. And they're going to follow him to the grave, man. Let me get this again. Hold on. Bear with me here. Let's pull this back up. Pull this back up right here. This is what they following, man. Right here. They're following John Smith, who created Baptist. Okay, Charles, who created Pentecostal. Joseph Smith created Mormons. Charles Russell, Jehovah Witnesses. William Miller, Seventh Day Adventists. They're following. What's the other one? You got Catholic, Methodist, Protestant, right? This is what they following, man. So it's Second Thessalonians 2:9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And the cold thing is, Jake set this up, man. Jake set up Christianity, man. That was by Constantine, so-called Negro, man. So when Esau came out the caves in Revelation 20:7, Christianity was already set in place, man. Okay, with the whole Trinity and Easter and the cross and all that, man. Okay, the Sunday worship. Okay, all that was set in place, man. It say, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. Why? Because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. For this cause, God shall send them strong delusions, that they should believe a lie. Okay? That they should believe a lie, man. When you go to Ezekiel chapter 8, listen to this. This Ezekiel chapter 8, in verse 8 it reads, Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall, and when I have digged in the wall, behold a door. And he said unto me, Go in and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things, and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel, portrayed upon the wall round about. So here is Jake eating all type of animals, as it is today. That's why they love to bring out in Peter's, man. What is that? In Acts 10, about all those unclean animals. Here it is right here. Ezekiel 8 and 10. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel, portrayed upon the wall round about. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel. That's why I tell you in Ezekiel 9, you'll start the ancient men first, man. Your favorite groups, T.D. Snakes and Theflo Dollar and Geno Jennings, okay? Pastor Bryant, Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackass, okay? And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Josiah, the son of Sapphira, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. Then say unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? Every man in his chambers of his imagery. Okay? This is what Jake do in the wickedness. Why? Because the Lord said in Jeremiah 2 and 32, they have forgotten him days without number. For they say, the Lord seeth us not, the Lord hath forsaken the earth. Who got them thinking like that? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Because what did he say? When you go to Psalms 10 and 4, we look up in NLT, it said what? They seem to think God is dead, the so-called white man. He said also unto me, Turn thee yet again, thou shalt see great abominations than they do. Then he brought me to the door of the gates of the Lord's house, which was towards the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. It's why women celebrate Christmas. Tammuz supposed to be born in December. Okay? The whole Christmas tree deal. Then said he unto me, Tammuz allegedly supposed to be the son of Semiramis, which was Nimrod's mother, his wife. And Tammuz supposed to have been Nimrod reincarnated. You could pull the article up. I got it on my phone, actually. You can pull it up and you can read the whole article about Nimrod, the father, and Semiramis, the mother, and Tammuz, the son. It said, Then said he unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abomination than these. And he brought me in the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord between the porch and the altar were about 520 men with their backs toward the temple of the Lord and their faces towards the east, and they worshiped the sun towards the east. What is this? Constantine set up sun worship. Wicked niggas, man. Israelites did this, man. Jake, the Christmas cross, the Christianity cross, Christianity fish, Sunday worship. Okay, you got Lent, Easter, Trinity. Okay, Jake set this up. So when Esau came out the caves in the 1300s, Christianity was already set in place, man. But the Lord had it. The Lord had that happen that way, man. So here it is in Ezekiel 8. Jake eating all abominable foods. Jake celebrating Christmas, and they worshiping the sun god, man. Already, man. And you got Jake fighting today, still tooth and nail for these same pagan customs, man. Same thing over and over, man. These are the same people that come back over and over, worshiping the same thing, man. In Isaiah 43, I'm going to read this point. Isaiah 43 and 20, it reads, in verse 19, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it will spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness, which is North America, Babylon the Great, and other parts of the world where Jacob scattered at. It's all wilderness, but mainly here in North America. I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert, right? The valley of dry bones. The rivers is the water, the truth. The beasts of the field shall honor me, the dragons and the owls, because I give waters in the wilderness and rivers in the desert to give drink to my people, my chosen. This people have I formed for myself, they shall show forth my praises. So these dragons and owls, it's talking about the elected Israel, okay? The ones that's being wise. Because it tell you in Psalms 19 and 7, it reads, the law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple, right? So in Isaiah 43 and 21, it reads, again, Isaiah 43 and 20, the beasts of the field shall honor me. These beasts is the elected Israel. The dragons and the owls, because I give waters in the desert and rivers in the desert to give drink to my people, my chosen. And the reason the Lord called us dragons and owls in this verse, what did Yahweh Shah say in Matthew 10? A dragon is what? A serpent, right? This is Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves, right? And serpent, a dragon is a serpent. It's saying harmless as doves. When you think about an owl, hey, I know they can get, hey, it represent the bird, okay? Be you wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. So them dragons and owls in Isaiah 43, that's getting water in the wilderness, the whole flock, man. We have to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Well, 2/3 is just brute beasts, right? That's what Peter said as natural brute beasts. Let's get that. Let me see here. This is 2 Peter chapter 2 and 12. It reads. So it's 2 Peter's. Matter of fact, let's read some of this. 2 Peter 2 and 9 it reads, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. It said the Lord know how to deliver the godly out of temptations. And this is about being wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. Praying, okay? Constant prayers. That's why I tell you in Jeremiah 15 and 11 that let me get that real quick. In Jeremiah 15 and 11 it reads, The Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction. Right? So again, 2 Peter 2 and 9, it said, the Lord know how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished, but chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise government. They despise the rulership, okay? Which is with the apostles of great millstone, man. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities, man. Okay? And it said folly, it said in great dignity, man. Right? Was that Ecclesiastes 10 and 6? They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. It said, whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not railing accusation against them before the Lord. But these, as natural brute beasts, made, they was made to be taken and destroyed. They was made to do this. The Lord said he made them. Where is that at? I gotta get it. It said, but these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruptions, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they that count it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Spots they are, and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you. Devils, man. What is that? Oh, Malachi said the same thing right here. The Lord he gave them over to these things, man. That's why I don't marvel not, man. This is Malachi 3 and 13. Your words have been stout against me, saith Yahweh. Ooh, man. Your words have been stout against me, saith Yahweh. Hold on. What did it say in Hosea? They return. It said Hosea 7:16. They return, but not to the Most High. They are like a deceitful bow. Their princes shall fall by the sword for the rage of their tongue. Okay? For the rage of their tongue, this shall be their derision in the land of Egypt. So for the rage of their tongue, this is them. Malachi 3 and 13. It reads, your words have been stout against me, saith Yahweh. Yet ye say, well, have we spoken so much against thee? Ye have said, it is vain to serve God. And starting with the apostle great millstone, elder bishops and elders telling you the right way. And Jake said, no, who is this Yahweh? Who is Yahweh? Who is Yahweh and Yahweh Shah? Who is that? They say, what? Yet ye say it is vain to serve God. And what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts? They want to follow Esau Edom, man. Why? Because the Lord gave them over to be brainwashed as the so-called white man is their God. Because this devil been in the earth so long being corrupt that Jake really feels like if it is a God, he must look like them. Because look how they get away with everything, man. They own all the resources. You got to go to them for work, for food, transportation, housing, schooling, right? Clothes. They must be God. Ye have said it is vain to serve God. And what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance? You see? No, I can eat whatever I want to eat. So-called white man. And if these devils tomorrow morning hit the news and say pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster is abominable, don't eat it, niggas will stop eating it tomorrow, faithfully. Okay? Yeah, ye say it is vain to serve God. What profit is it that we have kept his ordinance? If the so-called white man tell you to keep the ordinances, you would keep it. But what he did in Isaiah 24 and 5, it say he transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts. Listen, now we call the proud happy. Yeah, they that work wickedness are set up. Yeah, they that tempt God are even delivered. That's what it just said in 2 Peter. Let's read again. In 2 Peter 2, the Lord said he gave them over. I read the scripture in Psalms 81, Isaiah 66 and 4, 2 Peter 2 and 2. It reads, but these as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. The Lord gave them over to their own ways, man. Let's get this in 2 Ezra. 2 Ezra 8 and 50, it reads, for many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time, shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law. Remember what it just said in Malachi 3? Why should we keep his ordinances? Thought scorn of his law and forsook his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous. Okay? They say he sent back the prophets in the former spirit, the former prophets in his spirit. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous and said in their heart that there is no God. Okay? And that's how Jake feel right now, man. Why? Because of all these religions on the screen, man. If it is a God, he got to look like him, the so-called white man. Jake really feel like this, man. Man, watching this movie, and when Esau told Will, I'm your God, that's how Jake feel, man. And they love it. It say, moreover, they have trodden down his righteous and said in their heart that there is no God. Yeah, and that knowing this, and that knowing they must die. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, talking to Israel, which to the righteous, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not his will that men should come to naught, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them. They defile the name of the Lord, man. And they faithfully doing it, man. We in 2020, we finna be in 2023, and Jake still calling on Jesus Christos, man. Yahweh and Yah. I had to get on this chick the other day. Talking about Yah. Anyway, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him, which prepared life for them. And therefore is my judgment now at hand. So these guys, you got Jake, man. Jake love these devils. Let me read this again in Jeremiah 2 and 31. It reads, O generation, see ye the word of Yahweh. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say my people, we are lords, we will come no more unto thee. You see, there is no God, like it just said in 2 Ezra 8. Jake said, what? We are lords, we will come no more unto thee. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Why tremblest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. You watch the movie Emancipation, they got Jake screaming out, servants, be obedient to your masters. Same thing they did in Nat Turner, man. Same thing your Christian pastor's doing right now, man. Same thing. Man, same thing, man. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and 8. He therefore the despises not man. You ain't despising us. Vocab Malone, all these people. Oh, everybody's coming against the truth. And you know, I was thinking about the plantation last night. Where is G-Man at? Where is G-Man? Where is Jesus the Word? Where's EJ Love? Where Eric Mason at? Hey, they all faded to black, man. Okay? They ain't important, man. Michael Brown, James White, they all fading to black, man. What Vocab Malone little underlings that he had earlier this year and last year, where they at, man? He got to get some new ones because they all falling away, man. They Irrelevant, man. Nobody care about these people, man. We got the truth, man. And we don't need the so-called white man's validation, man. For nothing. We got the scripts, man. It say, 1 Thessalonians 4:8, he therefore the despiser not man, but power, Yahweh Shema Shai, who have also given unto us his Holy Spirit. This is what the Lord said in Zechariah 7:13. It reads 7 and 12. Yeah, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which Yahweh of hosts has sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Well, 1 Thessalonians 4:8 again reads, he therefore the despises not man, but power, who have also given unto us his Holy Spirit, man. And Jake has been warned, and they still refuse to turn back from man-made religions. Every religion, this is 5 of them. And you got, this is Baptist, Pentecostal, Mormons, Jehovah Witness, Seventh-day Adventists. You got Protestant, Catholic, Methodist, right? All man-made religions, man. And it's crazy, but it's beautiful because it shouldn't be this hard, man. Well, this is the Lord. This shows you that this is all of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. This has nothing to do with us, man. The Lord have them blinded, man. They are blinded. That's what the Lord said this in Matthew 11:25. At the time, Yahweh Shai answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things. Thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and has revealed them unto babes. Okay? Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. Okay? All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father, neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. Who? Yahweh said it in John 17. Okay? He have manifest his name to them that the Lord gave him, man. These predestinated ones, man. It's beautiful, man. But Jake really love these devils, man. And they're going to keep fighting tooth and nail for these devils because the Lord have gave them the spirit of delusion that they should believe a lie, man. This is beautiful. Because all these came by Esau, Edom, so-called white man, when they came out the caves in the 1300s, man. Oh, let's close with this. Isaiah 30:12. And it reads, let's read 11. Isaiah 30:11. It reads, get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. They don't want to hear the truth, man. Wherefore, thus said the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression. What that mean? What does it mean to trust in oppression? They have Stockholm syndrome, man. Because ye despise his word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity, what iniquity? Trusting in the so-called white man. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall. The Lord said, because you trust in oppression. Who oppressed you, Jake? Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out of an high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instance. You see? So Jake trusting in oppression is iniquity, man. It's a sin to trust in the so-called white man. The Lord said in Proverbs 3:31, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. This is plain, man. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. So, yeah, I was watching this movie, Now thinking about the precepts. Oh, the guy said one day they will. He said one day they will be free and turn the favor on us. And that's James. It's plenty of precepts, but I was thinking about this one more or less. This is James 2:13. The movie, it's a good movie too, man. Go watch it. James 2:13. It reads, "For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment." Okay? This guy said, I'm your God. He told Will, I'm your God. It's heavy, man. It's heavy. But what really got me when Will said, the Lord shows himself to some and not to others, man. And we understand that 2/3 of our people, they don't know the Lord, man. Because the Lord hasn't revealed himself to them, man. The Lord has to reveal himself to you, man. Okay? This had to be revealed to you through the Spirit, man. That's why I tell you what that 1 Corinthians 10, man, starting at verse 9 on down. Okay. Oh, let's close with that. Let's close with that. As a matter of fact, let's close with that. Cause Jake trusts in oppression, man. Well, that's the wisdom of the world, man. The Lord ain't dealing with that. 1 Corinthians 2:9. But as it is written, I have not seen nor ill heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things, yet the deep things of God. For what man knoweth the things of a man, say the Spirit of man which is in him? Even so, the things of God knoweth no man, but the Spirit of God. Now we have received not the Spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of power, that we may know the things that are freely given to us of power, which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, not going to some theological seminary, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of power, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned, man. They don't understand what's going on, man. And it's beautiful because the Lord say, hey, these things were revealed to babes, man. I saw a piece I want to read. Let's read this right here. Because I bring you to Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith Yahweh, cursed be man, cursed be man that trusteth, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his own, and whose heart departeth from the Lord. Okay? And it tell you in Psalms, let me get this. What is that? Psalms 44, I think it is. In Psalms 44, no, what is that? The 40? No, 60. Salakia. Psalm 60, I think it is. Let's check. Yeah, Psalm 60 and 11 reads, give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Okay? Cursed be he, cursed be he, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be he that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, whose heart departed from the Lord. Psalm 60 and 11, give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Vain meaning empty, man. Okay? So, Lord was edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Oh, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's read this. Let's close with this. It's from the brother Azarah, Yahweh, James 3 and 15. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. Verse 16. For what envy and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work. Verse 17. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without particularity, partiality. Hold on, Salakia. Partiality, Salakia. Without partiality and without hypocrisy. Verse 18. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. And what we see, none of these people, now they come humble, all of them, because that's what it is. He cried to humble himself that the poor may fall by the strong ones in Psalm 10 and 10. But they don't got the truth, man, because they coming with earthly wisdom, man. That's that theological seminary. And they don't know these scriptures. As Apostle always say, the apostles always say, man, they don't know what's going on, man. They just oh, and you know something too I was thinking about too. Esau sending these guys up for a distraction, man. It's so much wisdom, it's so much prophecy that's going on, man. And brothers, Great Millstone, brother teaching the same sound doctrine y'all about Shema Shah. It's so much going on, man. These devils, Vocab Malone, these guys is a distraction, man. But guess what? Let's close with this. In 1 Corinthians 11 and 19, for there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. It's supposed to be heresies among us, man. Okay, the truth don't supposed to be easy, man. It don't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be, the Lord is balanced, man. Proverbs 11 and 1, Proverbs 16 and 11. It's supposed to be balanced with the Lord, man. This is balance. Heresies among us is balance, man. And it keeps us sharp. It keeps you reading. It keeps you studying, looking up things, man. It keeps the sharp sword, man. Right? What's that? Proverbs 27, iron sharpening iron, man. This is what this do. The Apostle just said this last night, the video he did last night. Hey, thank you, Vocab. Thank you, Desmond. All you Jakes out there, man. All you heathens and Jakes that's coming against the truth. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because you can do nothing against the truth, man. Hey, what's cold is when you read Isaiah 54 and 17, it say this is the heritage of servants, right? This is a heritage of servants, man. Leviticus 25 and 55. The Lord said Israel is his servants. And what the Lord said in Luke, 21 and 15, I will give you a mouth and wisdom that your adversaries can neither gainsay nor resist. Why? Because this is the heritage of servants. And they can't do nothing against this truth, man. The Lord said he gave us a mouth and wisdom that the adversary can either gainsay nor resist. So we need them. We need them to come with heresies. We need them to come against. And it's always somebody coming against. It's always somebody coming against the truth, man. And it's supposed to be like this. That's the Lord. This guy with these Shiva Jatas, this new guy, he's supposed to be, man. And the Lord keeping things stirred up every week, every other week, every week, somebody new popping up, coming out of a dark hole, man. Okay? Why? So they can get marked, man. So they can get marked, and it's on to the next one, man. This is the Lord keeping our sharp sword, man. Okay? Because the apostles and elder bishops and elders, they going in every time, man. And we get to watch and learn and write these precepts, highlight these precepts, and hey, get builded up even further, man. So Lord is edifying. I gotta give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rikah Korash. The bonus to the apostles and elder bishops and elders, great millstone who teach well, while the apostles and elders all Israel already concepted or not. In a sense, he'll say, taste and tall the Akim. pushing the truth and believing the truth with the four winds of the earth, the entire world, working at hope for the elect. Shalom till I walk through our listening and learning. If your sisters who are listening and learning, Lord was edifying. Till next time I say shalom. Walk about tuning in. May you help out Shema shall continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up. Hey, like I said, Hosea 7:16, they return, but not to the most high, man. Because the Lord is not revealing himself to them, man. But the Lord has revealed himself to us. At this point right now, the Lord has revealed himself to us, man. So be thankful. Count yourself blessed, man. Shalom.